Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at every secret room and what's behind every single locked door on the mission's Crow's Nest in Halo 3. Now, there are a lot of doors on this mission, especially ones that are locked, and there's a lot of interesting stuff behind them. So, for the sake of time, we're just going to get right into it and take a look at what's behind every locked door on this mission. So, the first one, this door is not usually open, but it is open in Halo 3 Sapien, the mod tool, by default. But that is the room that's used for the cutscene when Chief and everybody else walk through that door. It's supposed to be closed, but, you know, it's still open there. And this next door, nothing behind it. So let's continue on through the mission. We're just going to fly through the entire mission and just stop by every single door on the way. So next, these two doors here, always locked. But if you go through them, this one has a tiny empty space behind it, but there's really nothing in it. But this next one, this actually connects to the hangar. Like, that door was there the entire time. They could have just gone through that door to get to the hangar as quick as possible to help the Marines there. But instead, you're forced to take this long, like, windy path to get to the hangar. So this map is really like a maze. A lot of the doors are actually connected to other sections that you know, it could just be a shortcut if you go through them. But no, the game, for the sake of gameplay, you have to like take the long way around every time. But here's another door that connects to this room here. I don't remember if this is ever used actually. Some of the connections are used, but they're not always used. So there are some, you know, just like that door earlier, some of these doors are unused. And, you know, there is like a hidden shortcut. But anyways, as you've seen, there's a couple other doors with nothing behind them, but like a tiny empty space. So let's skip ahead over here to this red versus blue Easter egg door. Behind this door, you know, where the Marine forgot his password, there's nothing behind it except this tiny empty space as well. Nothing behind that big door there either. But let's continue on the mission. These two doors, this one has a pretty big room behind it, and this is actually used for enemy spawns. During certain parts of the mission, when you come back there, you might see like a brute or some jackals or grunts come through that door. The other door I don't think is ever used though. And then this door here, again, another small empty space. A lot of the doors will have small empty spaces behind them, but some of them will have rooms as well. But this door here is the one that connects back to the beginning of the mission, so again, that's where the shortcut is. This door here, tiny, bigger empty room behind it, but still small and, you know, empty, but bigger than the other ones that we've seen so far. And that's it for this floor. And let's come down here to right here. This is the end of the mission actually, and that's the elevator shaft. And behind this door here is nothing. So let us continue on. So up here where the Pelican is, there's a couple of doors here, but they also lead to nothing. Not even like a tiny empty space for a couple of them. So let us continue going back to the mission. I think I missed the door here. Yeah, we're just gonna actually take the shortcut to get back. So now that we are back at the start, the next part of the mission is to go to the barracks and rescue the Marines there. So let us go through here now. So in here, just up on the second floor, there's a door right here, and there's another small empty room, but it is actually well lit up here. But this room is also unused. But it does have lighting in here, and I think there was a way to get in there a long time ago, but I don't remember. It might have just been like a theater mode thing. As for these two big doors here, they connect to other parts of the mission, and they both lead to like different parts that you've already been to, or you're supposed to get to later. Like that door here leads to the very end of the mission, but that connection is actually used. That door does become open later on in a later part of the mission. But the other door, I don't think that's ever open. At least I don't recall. Like I said, this whole mission is designed to be literally like a maze, and you know, some parts of the map are connected that you could use as shortcuts, but they're not always used in gameplay. But just know that as you're walking through the mission, you are probably walking by some doors that connect to other parts of the map that if you could just go right through, you would save a lot of time. But nope. Alright, so now this next section here, before we go to the barracks, there's another door here to the right, and it's another sizable empty room actually. But I don't think this empty room is used for anything. I don't think it spawns enemies or anything. I don't remember any enemies ever coming to that door. So I think that's an unused room there. And in the barracks, it's pretty interesting in here actually. So there's some usual like small rooms or like large rooms. Some of these rooms might be used for enemies to come through, but I don't recall if they ever are. I kind of just run through this part of the mission, to be honest. But this door here, and actually a few doors, leads to this really big room, which is actually really interesting because this room is so huge and it's never used for anything. It's quite detailed though, and it's almost like, I think it's like a recreational area for the Marines in the barracks. But yeah, this whole room is unused, and all the doors that lead to this room, they are always locked, and you can never access this room in gameplay. But it's here, and yeah, it's a very, very interesting room. It might have had some purpose at one point. It could be, you know, cut from the final game, sort of, but it's yeah, it's just currently unused. But the room is there, and you can kind of see it through some of the windows actually at the top. But it's you know, it's not meant to be accessed anymore apparently. There's also a little like secret area up here, not technically a room, but I guess it's a little space up there. But like I said, you could see that whole recreational room from the second floor. Now, for the rest of the doors here, we have more of these small rooms, like sizable small rooms, but empty and mostly unused and unlit for the most part. And of course, we still have the other doors that lead to the recreational area. But that's it for the barracks. The exit here, this room is actually lit, and I mean like literally lit with, you know, lighting, and you could see like what it looks like. All the other rooms are very similar to this. The ones that are like small rooms with multiple doors, but are mostly unused. So for the ones that were dark, now you can kind of see what it looks like in that room. But I think that one's unused as well. And now we have, see, more similar rooms. It's like that kind of room is pretty much duplicated across most of the map. And that only that one that you saw like a minute ago, that one is the only one that's lit up, but the rest are pretty much dark inside, and most are unused. And we come in here, another door here. This is again that small, very small room, but with a little bit of space, like we saw earlier in this video. And I believe that's all the doors here. So we're supposed to go down there, but let's check out this room up here first. So again, another duplicated, like medium-sized room, I guess. I haven't really like categorized these rooms, but you'll notice a pattern. There's only like 3 possible variations of those rooms behind the small doors. And now in this area we have, again, this other type of room, the small one, but not like impossibly small to fit into. And of course we have this room here, which you might have seen recently on Twitter. This one was found by Kashira, and she pointed out that this room is actually unique in that there's some damaged parts of the room and some special effects that are used that are unique to this room and never used again. And there's also a cutscene flag in this room that also goes unused. It has an interesting name, which I probably shouldn't mention in this video, but it seems like this room is likely cut content, and maybe was at one point had something to do with Cortana, but is currently unused, and is still there though, but you can't normally access it. And that is, I believe, it for that section. The next door in this room is actually now open. Oh, actually, wait, we first got this small door right here, which, another small room. But now, this door here is supposed to be open during gameplay, and that leads back to this area. So that's the connection. That's the, I think, one of the couple times that the connections are used. And of course, that's it for the actual playable map. Now, there's actually, outside the map or underneath the map, there's these 2 box rooms here. These are used for the cutscene during the intro. When the Prophet of Truth is talking to you on the screen, he is actually inside these rooms and basically broadcasting his transmission from inside one of these 2 rooms. And I think there's a 3rd box room somewhere for the Cortana moments. I'm not sure. I couldn't find it, but there should be. There usually is for the gameplay Cortana moments that she pops up on your screen. So just know that there should be one. But yeah, those are all the secret rooms and basically what's behind every single locked door on a Mission Crow's Nest. Some of them have pretty interesting things behind them. Some of them are pretty much nothing. But now you know. If you've ever been curious what's behind the door, it should all be in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, and as always, make sure to leave a like, leave thoughts in the comments, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!